The easiest thing to do when hardship strikes is to hunker down, to crawl back, to give up, to tuck tail and to go back to wherever you came from. It's giving up in the most profound way, and it's the worst thing that you can let happen to yourself because no one is waiting for you there, not even you. And this is all the permission that you will ever need to just disappear, because people will have no problem when you are gone for a while, because no one is waiting to hear a tragic story that just gets worse and worse. The reality is that people will only gravitate to a story that picks up speed, and that just gets better and better. So, when things are bad, that's when you go silent, and that's when you figure some things out for yourself. That's when you straighten yourself out, and that's when you reinvent yourself. And you do this to create the opportunity to come roaring back when you crawl back up. But it will be hard, and there will be times when you don't really know what you should do. And this is when you do the small things that you can do, that will put your best foot forward. This is when you do take care of yourself, of your family, of the house, of the yard. This is when you do get up at a decent hour, when you do stick to living a decent life. And this is when you are ready while you're not ready as yet. Because it's those small things that will at first serve as just a way to keep you busy, but after a while they will ingrain in you the notion that it's all just an extension of this very simple principle. That the way that you do one thing is the way you do everything. And this is one to think about, because it's one of those lines that you should keep very close to really understand what it means. Because this is where you will live and breathe what you're all about. And this is what will put you in the right frame of mind to go and do bigger and better things. And this is what it truly means to have your sails up at all times. And it's the hardest thing to do, because when you feel bad, it's way easier to just lick your wounds, to hole up in some dark room and to go zombie scrolling until your vision is all blurry and you have lost yourself completely. Sure, you can have a bit of that when you're at the lowest of the lowest, but when the worry time is over, you will just have to pull yourself together and go back at it. And this is where doing those small things comes back in, because it will realign yourself and it will give you some time to figure things out. And hardship always strikes after dark, which is no time to make any profound decisions on anything except to plot and to scheme. Because this is also part of keeping your sails up. It's not enough to just do the small things that keep you going, but you will have to figure out your next play and to have most of it figured out all the way to the end. You will have to lean into your strengths and to play the sort of game that you can't just win, but which you can dominate. Not by brute force, but by building a monopoly with the widest moat that you have ever seen. These are the sort of ideas that come from deep within, and it will take you some time to really tune in and to really listen. But once you got it figured out, then you are on fire, and there will be very little keeping you back. These are the sort of things that come bubbling up when you let it, and they will manifest as a true force of nature. But they will only come when you keep your sails up, because that will be the gust of wind that will propel you to move forward in a more profound way than you have ever seen before.